Microsoft is about to extinguish Zuckerberg's Metaverse before it even takes off, and they won't even need to build a VR headset to do it. This probably sounds crazy because nobody saw this coming. After all, Microsoft is not dominating the hardware or social media market for that matter. Mark Zuckerberg, on the other hand, is so invested in the metaverse that he renamed his entire company to Meta, and he's planning on investing over $180 billion to make sure his virtual utopia becomes a success. The metaverse could be an $800 billion market by 2025. This is a huge opportunity for any tech company that can gain a massive market share. At first glance, it appears Zuckerberg is better poised to take over the metaverse with his multi-billion-dollar investment in augmented reality and virtual reality headsets, and every day, over 1 billion users make use of its social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, to interact with friends and relatives. He also runs the largest virtual reality firm, but his plan is flawed for a few reasons. In this video, we'll expose how Meta's plan to dominate the metaverse might fail. We'll also discuss how Microsoft is beating Meta to the metaverse. On the surface, both companies are at the top of their game, but Facebook, now named Meta, and Microsoft couldn't be more different. Microsoft's Office suite is where you go to get work done, while Facebook's social media platforms are where you go to waste time. But both companies agree on one thing: the metaverse is the next big thing. Don't know what the metaverse is? That's fine. Not all of us are tech savvy or even fully know what it's about yet. The metaverse is a virtual world that will usher in the next phase of the internet. While nobody is sure yet of what the metaverse will look like or who the key players will be, the metaverse in a nutshell is a network of three-dimensional virtual worlds where people will meet using avatars that look like you, or not. That means you can meet people, work, play games, go on virtual trips, conferences, and even attend concerts. Think of it as an iteration of the internet in the form of a universal virtual world that you can access with the use of a VR or AR headset. I know the idea of this becoming a part of our life might sound like science fiction. Remember how we thought about the internet in the 80s though? It was a knick-knack, and many of us probably scoffed at the idea that it could one day dominate our lives. Now we can barely imagine life without it because it provides us with news, entertainment, commerce, and social interaction. Microsoft versus Meta. Ever since tech companies like Facebook described the metaverse as a virtual 3D world where people will meet using avatars, people immediately started comparing it to video games. The CEO of Microsoft, Satya Nadella, seems to have jumped on the bandwagon, suggesting Microsoft's history in gaming will help its metaverse ambitions. Social media giant Facebook is no doubt hustling to be the leader in the metaverse space, so much so it adopted the corporate name Meta. But Microsoft is poised to beat Meta at its own game. Most people might assume Microsoft makes its money from Windows, but interestingly enough, it represents just 16.7% of their net revenue. A huge chunk of Microsoft's revenue comes from its cloud services, Microsoft Azure and MS Office. As big tech companies seek to build out the metaverse, Microsoft Corp may already have many of the necessary tools in its toolbox. The question is, what is Microsoft's secret weapon? The answer is twofold. The first is incorporating Mesh earlier this year, a collaborative platform for virtual experiences for Microsoft Teams. The integration is free to existing Teams users. You will be able to create and customize 3D avatars, virtual meetings, new hire orientations, private virtual spaces, presentations, and other events that can be held virtually using this immersive technology. Gaming is a great point of entry into the metaverse, and another area of opportunity for Microsoft in the metaverse race. According to CEO Satya Nadella, several games that are now two-dimensional are being reimagined for the virtual world, and this could explode in the future with successful metaverse applications. Microsoft's not-so-secret weapon for gaining an upper hand in the metaverse with gaming is Microsoft's Gaming Pass. In 2017, Microsoft introduced the Game Pass for Xbox. For the uninitiated, Xbox Game Pass is a Netflix-like, all-you-can-eat subscription service for Microsoft's video game platform. Since its inception, the subscription service has had about 25 million subscribers. It is available not just on Xbox One consoles, but also PCs and Android devices, and has since expanded to the web, granting access to iOS devices, Chromebooks, and lots more. The Game Pass gives you access to a large library of games available on your Xbox console, Windows PCs, and a wide range of games to stream from the cloud to your computer, Android, and modern web-friendly devices. Outside of Microsoft's sizable library of games, the big tech company has been on a spree acquiring major companies in the gaming industry. In 2014, Microsoft purchased Minecraft for $2.5 billion. Since the acquisition, the game has grown to over 150 million active monthly users and is quickly turning into its own mini-metaverse, and now players are building virtual structures and entire simulations in the game. Last year, in 2021, Microsoft completed the purchase of ZeniMax Media, worth $7.5 billion, the parent company of game developer Bethesda. The purchase gives them exclusive rights to popular games like Fallout, Doom, and Elder Scrolls. In addition to Bethesda, earlier this year, Microsoft bought Call of Duty maker Activision Blizzard for a blistering $68.7 billion, the largest deal in the history of the video game industry. That's an insane amount of money, but Microsoft has over $132 billion lying around in cash, and the sale is also a great move in terms of the game franchises Microsoft now has control over. It now owns blockbuster franchises such as Call of Duty, Diablo, StarCraft, Candy Crush, and World of Warcraft. The Activision deal is one of the biggest acquisitions in the gaming sector, and Microsoft's biggest acquisition so far, making it the largest push into the gaming industry. With AR/VR also becoming more and more mainstream, it is being said that the Activision Blizzard acquisition is also aimed at bolstering virtual gaming. This also makes Microsoft the third largest gaming company in terms of revenue, only behind Tencent and rival Sony. Microsoft's moves to establish Microsoft's position in the gaming industry and bringing games to the Xbox Game Pass only means one thing. These games are cross-platform, that is, they were previously available on PlayStation and Nintendo consoles. However, will they stay that way after the billions Microsoft shelled out to acquire them? I don't think so. Microsoft would continue to sell the games for full price on other consoles while offering them inclusive of the Xbox Game Pass. The smart business move for Microsoft is to make some money off of the games exclusive to their platform, take COD and a couple other games away from PlayStation, and more people will purchase Xboxes. But this is not the main reason behind Microsoft's acquisitions. Gaming is going to constitute a huge part of the metaverse, and the major game studios are poised to become the key players in the metaverse. Meta seems to think otherwise. The tech giant has only embarked on a few small gaming ambitions for VR and AR and is yet to acquire any big gaming companies. It could be that Zuckerberg just doesn't believe that the traditional gaming franchises will adapt to the metaverse. This brings up the question: is the metaverse more likely to grow out of Fortnite, Call of Duty, and some other familiar games, or will the metaverse experiences be built around new innovation? Either way, if the metaverse eventually grows from the gaming industry, Meta is going to be in big trouble. Microsoft will have a massive advantage in terms of defining how users interact with the metaverse. People might be using Oculus or HoloLens headsets to access the metaverse and enjoy VR and AR experiences, but there is another path to the metaverse through, and currently Microsoft provides it, accessing the metaverse without VR. Microsoft's Mesh for Teams will provide a gateway to the metaverse with its availability on various devices, ranging from laptops and smartphones to augmented reality and virtual reality. The problem with Meta's attempt to be the tech firm pioneering the metaverse is the significant role it plays in our lives if its vision of the future becomes a reality. The big tech giant has struggled with outages on its core apps, like when Facebook, WhatsApp, and its other apps shut down for 5 hours in October 2021. The outage rendered significant portions of the world unable to communicate, showed people all over the world just how Facebook and its apps have burrowed their ways into our lives. The consequences of such an event in an all-pervasive VR reality like the Metaverse might be tremendous. Conclusion: just like the billionaire space race led by SpaceX's Elon Musk and Blue Origin's Jeff Bezos, the evolution and acceleration of the Metaverse now set Meta and Microsoft on a virtual and very real collision course. Although everyday users look forward to creating their own digital environments, businesses are hoping to leverage the technology to create a new standard for virtualizing offices, boardrooms, and departments. New technological advancements can be a game changer for industry and entertainment, and Microsoft is poised to capitalize on its long-running experience in the industry. While everyday users anticipate creating their own digital worlds, corporations hope to use the technology to establish a new standard for virtual offices, boardrooms, and departments. New technological breakthroughs have the potential to transform industry and entertainment, and Microsoft is well positioned to take advantage of their extensive experience in the gaming industry. Also, with Mesh for Microsoft Teams, some employees may get a sneak peek at a prospective VR workplace sooner rather than later, and possibly before Meta launches a new virtual social media platform. In this channel, we dive into the minds of the most powerful industry leaders of our world to find out what will happen in the future. Please press that subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss our upcoming videos. Do you think Microsoft will beat Meta to be a metaverse industry leader? Which of the big tech giants do you feel will provide more value in the VR space? And do you think people will trust Meta to become the leader of the new internet? Please let us know in the comments below.